Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs, and in today's episode will be my Arsdale crew. Now, I debated whether splitting this video up into two videos, just because I have quite a few engines, about 8, but I figured I might as well do the Arsdale engines together as one group, so, yeah. We're going to start with the steam engines, and then we're going to go on to the diesels. And sorry if the camera does shake and move here. It's being finicky and stupid at the moment, so I don't know how to fix it. So if it keeps shifting every once in a while, that's just why. Anyway, so the first engine we have is Jock. Now, he might look a little weird. That's because he's built at mini scale. I decided to build all my Arsdale engines in mini scale, as it scales a lot better with wooden railway. It doesn't look oversized or stuff like that compared to the narrow gauge or the standard gauge on wooden railway. So I did get the idea to make them minis from the YouTuber The Scottish Twits. Really good customs, but he had made a minis version of Mike and I believe Bert, and I figured it was so awesome, and I kind of wanted to use that for myself, so, anyway, we'll get on to Jock here. Now, the main body for Jock, it uses a, minis milli body, with the cap obviously taped off. All I had to do was put tape over the cab, that way it covers up the little indent that she had there, and then just kind of fill it with hot glue, so you can kind of see it there. So yeah. The face for Jock, I used, I believe, a bash face. One, because I thought it actually represented Jock pretty well, and because it was the only mini that had a headlamp on the top of it, so it just kind of worked out. Pretty much just painted yellow with red. He doesn't have any nameplates yet, because I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make nameplates at this scale, because they're really small. But when I eventually do, I do plan to put it right on the center lining there. Same with my other steam engines as well, so, yeah. The wheels are the original yellow, that way they don't chip and all that, so, yeah. Otherwise, there's a painted running board here to try and replicate the Railway series, where the running boards are black. I figured it'd look a bit better with Jock being a Railway series exclusive, so I did that with the rest of my customs as well. But yeah, I really like how he turned out. Oop, ironic. But yeah, the lining, it's alright. I do think his cab is a little big, but it'll look alright. Now the tender. His tender is scratch built, as you can see. Only really 3 parts to it. The 2 sides and the back there. It's on a normal minis chassis that I hot glued together, and there's hot glue that holds the sides together. So, yeah. It's also painted black on the inside. It looks a bit weird when it's just, like, chilling. Like, if you look at it from a certain angle, it looks weird to have an empty tender. But with Jock, it looks okay. It looks a little big, sure, but it works. The Arsdale lettering on the side there, that's just a piece of printed paper, basically. I just wrote Arsdale. I tried to get the font right, and it kind of looks okay, but yeah, so that's just printed out and stuck on with a bit of glue, so, yeah. Backlining, of course, there, you can see. The buffers are actually also white or, like, silver, so, yeah, I made sure to include that. So here's the other side. Really nice. Now, it does look a little weird on this wheel here because I accidentally got paint on it when I was painting the insides of it, or like insides of the tender, so that wasn't entirely my intention, but yeah, oh well. I think with Jock, though, it just looks really good. All these guys really do. So that's probably going to be enough on Jock. This video might be a little long, too, but I just want to do all these guys in one video. So here's my mic. Looks obviously awesome. I love it. But I used a Gordon body for the main body of Mike here. Obviously, I had to mask off the cab, so I did that. And the face I used was a Edward face. Now, I think if I had 3 more Edward faces, it would work for Rex and Bert. But I only had 1, so I decided to give it to Mike. So, yeah. Pretty much same running board thing as Jock. Obviously, he's painted red. Now, the Gordon I used, it had like a chip there on the splasher, which I didn't really want, but it's fine. In the future, I'll probably sand them down if I ever decide to redo these guys, because I used another Gordon for Rex, and the splashers look a little weird on it, but yeah. The lining looks pretty good. I used the same blue that I used from my Isle of Sodor custom, so that's pretty much the same blue he uses. The cab windows are pretty simple, just lined with yellow, so yeah. I didn't do anything to the wheels for to prevent chipping, so here's the other side too. I also did add a handrail there, and also made his dome gold, so that's fun. Yeah. Okay, now his tender. The tenders are probably going to be the same build process as this one for Rex and Mike, or sorry, Rex and Bert, so yeah. Same thing with the sticker, or not sticker, piece of paper that says Arsdale, just different kind of colors on it, so yeah. The lining, I think, looks really good, actually. Honestly, I think Bert's is the best tender out of the 3 that I did. So, yeah. Here's the back side, pretty much the same. Other side as well. So, yeah. The wheels are black on Mike just because they are, honestly. I figured I might as well leave Jock with the only colored tender wheels, so, yeah. Now we have Rex. Now, obviously, like I said, I used another Gordon, minis, taped off, obviously, and instead of using the Edward, I used a Percy face. Just because it was the only real other face that I had besides another Gordon face, that kind of just fit the Arsdale aesthetic, so from a distance, it looks like it's just Percy, to be honest. I didn't really intend for that. Like, it just, if you look at it from, like, across the room, you could say this is Percy, honestly. But yeah, this is Rex. Same kind of cab lining as Jock, so that's nice. On the side, there is a little bit of red paint residue thing, just because I forgot that he had the same cab lining as Jock, so I ended up doing the line, trying to replicate what I did for Bert and Mike, but yeah, apparently I was wrong, so yeah. Same running board kind of deal, with painted coupler. I did actually intend to clip off the couplings on the front and back, but I figured if I'm going to have them pull rolling stock, and if I make them, which I do plan to make rolling stock for these guys, they can obviously pull and push it, so yeah. Same kind of build process with the tender. Otherwise, it just uses the red that I used for Mike. Same kind of buffer beam. So yeah. I think either yeah, I think Rex's tender and Jock's tender does run a little weird, just because when I had glued the chassis to the running board to keep it together, since there's no internal, I think I put the wheels too low, so they don't really free roll too much, but yeah. Now we have Bert. As you can see, he looks obviously different. I used a Edward body for Bert as I had no more Gordons, which is kind of a bummer as I wanted them to all look the same. But I decided it was alright if I used Edward. Because, I mean, Bert does have kind of a different build anyway. So it kind of works. If I ever redo him, which I probably might, I'll find another Gordon. So, yeah. Otherwise, it has a Gordon face, as I had few left over, because I had taken apart all my extra minis to use them as, like, parts, like a part thing for wooden railway, so, yeah. Lining, same kind of red. The wheels are a little bit of a purple shade, I'd want to say. That wasn't intentional, but, yeah. Same with the thing with the buffers. Side things, same kind of windows and lining as Mike, so yeah. The dome is a little bit farther back, or it's like pushed back a bit more, but honestly I think it's fine. Like, if you look at this, you could probably tell it's Bert with the tender. Might as well just leave him here. Same kind of build process for his tender here, obviously. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think Bert's is the best of the three. Maybe Mike's, I don't know. But yeah, that is going to be my 4 steam engines for the Arsdale. Really proud of how they came out, to be honest. They look just so good. I love them. So yeah. Now we move on to my diesels. Now I have 4 diesels, with the first one here being Frank. Sorry, I forgot his name for a second. Frank is pretty simple, honestly. It's just a repaint of a Paxton. That's all I really had to do for him, was just paint him in the same grayish silver that I used for my Timothy, and just kind of paint a red line on him, and yeah. The face I don't think is too bad, actually. It looks a little weird, but I also highlighted a white part on the top lamp there. You can't really see it too well, just because it blends in, but yeah. The wheels are gray. I kind of looked at Frank, and I kind of realized that his wheels really aren't gray, but I figured I didn't have any more black wheels on me, so I'll just paint them gray. But yeah, otherwise, I think Frank looks pretty good, actually. He's not as long as he probably should be, but he does have a bit more of a running board footplate thing up front, because he looks really long from the front, because his cab is pushed so far back, and I kind of replicated that, so, yeah, anyway. Now we have Sigrid. Now this is, I believe, yeah, this is the first Sigrid model that I've done. I do plan to make her in, oops, sorry, I'm just trying to put my Arsdale steam engines on the thing here. But yeah, I really like how she came out. She looks really good. A little weird with a diesel 10 face. It's actually the same face that I took off of Devin. And if you don't remember who Devin is that one box diesel thing that I made. So if I get another diesel 10 face, I'll put it back on, but yeah. I had to sacrifice him for a custom. So yeah, it's just the main regular diesel 10 body with the face. I had to sand down the claw on there. You can still really see it on there, but if you run your finger over it, you won't really see it too well, or like you won't feel it because I have sanded it really good. But yeah. The cyan blue, I think it's the same blue that I used for Lexi, I think. But yeah, that just goes around the back there and around the side, so yeah. The Arsdale lettering, it's just obviously, it uses the same blue background as Bert, just the letters were changed to white. So yeah, windows on there look pretty good. Same with the front and back windows, those look pretty cool. Now the buffers on Sigrid are black, so it looks a little out of place with the rest of my engines, but overall it really doesn't look too bad. And I really like Sigrid, so yeah. I don't think I'll give her her name board thing, because I think she has one. I don't know. She's never really gotten an official livery, I think, so yeah. Otherwise, I like how Sigrid turned out. Alright, now last but not least are my Blister twins. Now, I made these on stream, I believe, 2 nights ago. And I got like halfway done with the body till I ended stream, so I didn't get to finish them until earlier this afternoon, actually. Just because I was busy all day, and I just kind of had a lazy day, so I finished them actually really recently, so that's really nice. But yeah, they're a little long, to be honest. They don't look too much like the Blister twins should, but I think it's fine, to be honest. With working with the normal Minis chassis, it looks alright. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's a completely scratch-built body. And I did have to make more faces, so I don't know if I'll give them like a 1 or a 2 on either side for difference purposes. I think I might later, just because the Blister 1 and 2 that I have made in wooden scale, that I gave them Roman numeral numbers, so I think I'll have to do that for these two. Anyway, so I'm gonna call it, this is Blister 1 and this is Blister 2, so yeah. Not much to really say about these guys, it's just painted black, copying my same design that I used for my wooden versions of them. So yeah, they don't have front and back windows just because I figured it didn't really need it, to be honest. And I like the simplicity of it. Like, it really does work for this scale, so yeah. These are my, honestly, first scratch-built minis, to be honest, except for my Sam. I should probably do a video on those. I had made a bunch of minis customs, so yeah. Now for ending the video, I'm gonna get the rest of these on here. So I'll put Bert, Rex, and Mike, Jock, and them back on, so yeah. I really am proud of how these guys turned out. They look so nice. And yeah, I can't wait to use them in my series. I don't know how I'm gonna use them in my series because I have to figure out track for them. But yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little longer than I would have wanted it to be, but I wanted to get all these guys into one video together, because I mean, you really can't have them without each other, except if you do a 2-part thing, but yeah, I didn't feel like that. So yeah, I do plan to make a roll-in stock for them. I'm actually going to get started here after the video is done, so I should probably do that. So it was a pleasure to have you all here. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.